Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Learn Dota 2. It's been a while since I've done one of these, but I had another game that I think will be really good for a little bit of instructional Dota 2 gameplay. So, I'm playing as Enigma here. This is an all-random game, so, you know, the teams aren't going to make a whole ton of sense compared to what you would see in something where you can draft your team a little bit more precisely, but our team actually ends up pretty good. But anyway, so I'm playing as Enigma here. Enigma is a hero that a lot of new players tend to shy away from because he has two things that are a little bit scary for a new player. One, he has to go in the jungle, which when I was new, the jungle was like this very mysterious, terrifying thing for me. Like, I really didn't know what was going on in there. I didn't understand. Oh, they got dual couriers on the enemy team. Perfect. Our Wisp, by the way, repicked to Dragonite, and he's going top. We're going to spend a little bit of the beginning of the game arguing about who goes in what lane, which is pretty fucking silly because it should be Wraith King and Dazzle top, Bristleback off lane, Dragonite mid, and Enigma in the jungle. Makes perfect sense, but everybody just kind of wanders around and does silly things, but that's okay. Anyway, actually, I should be in player perspective of myself. Totally forgot. But anyway, so Enigma goes in the jungle. He also has to do micro is the other thing, but he's actually really good at both of those things. His micro is very easy. He just has a bunch of expendable little dudes that he can make and do whatever he wants with. And they have a low like duration, so they'll just disappear after a while, so you don't have to think about them for a long time. And they do a bunch of damage, and they're just easy. So, and his jungle is probably the strongest in the entire game. He's very, very good in the jungle. And I'm not a great jungler, so I'm going to, you know, not display the perfect Enigma jungle, but I was a little bit worried that Dazzle was going to block a camp, but indeed he did not, so thank God. And we're going to come over here, level our W, and eat the little centaur, and then we make all these little guys, and we attack the centaur. Very easy. And this is pretty much your early game as Enigma. Oh, my starting items, by the way, I had random gold, so I purchased a Ring of Basilius right off the bat. If you don't have random gold, you probably want to get like a Clarity or two and some Tangos, and then try to get your Basilius. But with random gold, I was lucky enough to be able to get a Ring of Basilius right off the bat, which is nice for Enigma because it gives all of his little dudes more armor and also gives him some mana regen so he can cast them more often, which is just good in general. So my little dudes died. I don't have enough mana to cast more, but that's okay. That's why I bought the Tangos. I'm going to finish these off by myself until I can make more dudes. And dudes are up, but I don't really need them for this one creep, so I'm going to eat a future creep instead to kind of save some time and some mana, because, you know, you want to conserve your resources as much as possible in a situation like this. So we're going to eat the wolf, kill the babies. And you might notice that I didn't start in the easy camp if you kind of understand how the jungle works. I'm going right on to medium and hard camps, and that's because Enigma don't give a fuck. Because the little Enigmas are so strong and just so good at killing. I'm going to go to the easy camp now, though, just to save a little bit of time while I'm waiting for the other camps to spawn. And there's the spawn. I almost was able to stack the easy camp, which would have been great. You want to stack at 52 seconds every time. Just hit a creep at 52 seconds, walk away, and then the camp stacks, and that's some extra gold for you. Stacking the camp, by the way, means there's two like groups of creeps stacked on top of each other, and we'll see some of that later on. But for right now, I allowed these camps to respawn, and now we're over here, and I'm just going to take these guys out man mode, because I, again, don't have enough mana for more little dudes. And you can see right now I'm rushing a Soul Ring, which is pretty standard on Enigma. That's I couldn't imagine a situation where you would not want a Soul Ring on Enigma. The Soul Ring allows you, if we look at it, to it gives you 3 HP regen and 50% mana regen, which is a lot. And then it also allows you to eat 150 of your HP to get 150 mana, which is almost enough mana to make more little Enigmites. So we can use that to, you know, sacrifice a little bit of our HP to make more little dudes. And I was sick of fighting that guy, so I came over here. Did I stack that camp? Nah. I think I fucked up. I think I probably intended to. I wasn't really paying attention to what I was doing here. Not in the game, but like I wasn't watching because I was looking at the Soul Ring. Well, my Soul Ring's done, so we're going to have that ferried out to us. And that's going to end any mana problems we have in the jungle, basically, because the cooldown of the Soul Ring is, what, 30 seconds, and the cooldown of my Enigmites is 35. So I can just, every single time I want to make more Enigmites, I can just Soul Ring, to get the mana for it and then make them. And I'm never gonna not have those guys in the jungle, which is really good. And that's one of the reasons I picked up the tangos, and another reason is, you know, you saw me tanking creeps occasionally. Here's some more creep tanking right here. I'm just waiting until I can get the mana, or until I can get my soul ring so that I can kill this camp more easily. But in the meantime, I'm just kind of kiting them a little bit. But there's my soul ring. Eat the little guy, eat the little guy. They fucking ran away from me. I tried to eat the little guy. You can't eat certain creeps in the jungle, but when you do eat a creep, you do get full experience and gold from it. So it's a pretty good ability. You know, not only does it instantly kill a creep for you, which early game is a big deal because they take a while, but it also gives you these little guys to kill further creeps. That's why Enigma is such a strong jungler, like a ridiculously strong jungler. So now I'm going to be getting my arcane boots, and I think I decided to just rush the energy booster just in case, because there's a bounty hunter in the game, and I didn't want to like have him come in and kill me in the jungle. That would have sucked. But my demonic conversion is up, so I'm going to come over here and turn one of these guys into Enigmites, because that dude in here was already pretty low. So I made the Enigmites elsewhere, and then I stacked the camp, because I'm a baller as fuck. Totally 100% planned, was not an accident. No, I seriously, like, when I noticed the timing, I was like, oh shit, I can stack this camp, but I didn't plan that from the beginning, but it worked out really well, because now this camp is stacked for me, and as you can see, because I pulled it at about 52 seconds, what you need to do, really, is at 0-0, or 0-1, I think, the creeps respawn, and if the camp is empty at that time, then there's a respawn that occurs. So you want to just have the camp empty, and I managed to pull the creeps away after making the little dudes, and that had the camp empty, so we got more creeps spawning in there. Right now I'm just kind of checking out what's going on in the lane, which I should be doing more as a jungler, because you do want to look for opportunities to jump into the lane and get a kill while you're jungling. But they kept their lane pretty well pushed up most of the time for some reason against a Pugna. I don't know. My team was not the best here. I was solo queuing, and my team was a little bit disappointing in some aspects. I'm just going to convert this guy, and then we'll finish off this camp. And that stacked camp gave us a lot of extra gold that we wouldn't have otherwise had, which is nice. And then creeps are about to respawn. So I think I'm going to hit... I'm going to hit the medium or hard camp over here. I always forget which ones are medium and which ones are hard. But anyway, I've almost got my energy booster. That's at 1,000 gold, and I'm building arcane boots if you don't recognize the recipe here, which just replenish mana every once in a while and also give you 250 more mana pool, which is always nice. So I've stacked this camp, and now I make a big mistake. I'm like, oh, I can take this. No problem. Fucking man mode. Enigmites, go. No, man, I can't take a large centaur and a large Ursa at the same time. That's a bad idea. So I shouldn't be here. I should be saving this camp for a little bit later. When my Enigmites are level 4, it would probably be a lot easier. I'm just taking a lot of damage here. Now that this guy's so low, I should definitely finish him off. But, yeah, silly me, basically. I'm like, get away from me. But wasted a little bit of HP there, but that's okay. That's what the tangos are for, kind of, for that kind of situation. So I've had the couriers sent to the secret shop, and then I picked up my mana boots on it, and I'm having that sent out. And just more Enigmas. Oh man, I tried to micro away the little one, but I accidentally microed all of the ones except for the little one away. So, or not the little one, but the low on health one, because that's a useful strategy to use. It's a little bit more advanced. It's not necessary at all, but it keeps your DPS up to if an Enigma is about to die, you can just make him walk away. These are actually called Eidolons, by the way. I think of them as little tiny Enigmas, which they kind of are, but their proper term is Eidolons. So there's another camp down, and I'm just farming away, basically. There's 2 deaths on the board, which, to this day I have no idea where they happened or why. But now I'm like, oh, we can probably go on this this Pugna because I have my black hole. So I'm letting them know right now, hey, if you let him push the lane up a little bit, like, i.e. Bristleback, stop doing your fucking quills everywhere. I can black hole this guy. The black hole, one of the biggest ultis in the game. It's like an area of effect disable and damage over time. That's, You put it down, it's like a melee range, like around here, and everything in front of you just gets disabled. So, you know, very good for killing, especially early. Yeah, this guy is totally fucked. Bristleback is like, oh no, run, it's a Pugna! Almost gets me killed, but luckily it works out okay. And I'm just going to walk back to base after that because I got hurt a whole lot. And here's a big mistake on my part, actually. You can see me be very stupid because I'm like, wait a minute, I'm just going to walk back to base. What I could do, use my soul ring, which does non-fatal damage, so it's just going to take me down to 1 HP. And then I can turn this guy into little Eidolons, and then they'll farm for me, and oh no, it's a fucking bounty hunter! Oh man, just the worst timing in the world. That bounty hunter, looking back at it now that I have vision of him, is the luckiest man in the world. He sees me right as I soul ring. Not that he wouldn't have killed me anyway, so it's still good that I did that, I think, because he probably would have been able to kill me regardless of whether I soul ringed or not. And now I've got these little enigmas to farm for me so I can get something done while I'm dead, which is nice. And I'm back to life, so I'm just going to start working on things. I'm going to work straight toward a blink dagger. And later on I discuss with Dazzle and he says he'll go mech, so I go blink. Otherwise, Enigma usually wants to go a mechanism. It's nice because it gives an aura to your little dudes, similar to the Basilius ring. It gives them more, I think just more HP regen. I forget. Oh, I can't right now. Later on we'll see the mech. But, so I'm getting a blink dagger. Blink dagger is pretty core on Enigma. We've got an invisible bounty hunter here. He says hi. So I'm going to get the fuck away from him, basically, because I don't want him to solo kill me in the jungle again. So I'm going to move into lane a little bit. And there's a fucking goddamn nether ward there. Nether ward, Pugna's nether ward does damage to you based on the mana you spend on spells, which is shitty. I'm going to come over here, and it actually freaks me out, because I didn't see the nether ward pop. So I did my spell and then got hurt, and I was like, oh no, bounty hunter's here, and I ran the fuck away. It was the nether ward, and then I realized that later. But I'm gonna go and track down that nether ward in a second, I think. Or actually, it might just be gone. Yeah, it wore out. So I left my enigmas in there to farm while I ran into the lane under the safety of the tower, thinking bounty hunter was gonna try to kill me, which was silly. But that's okay. So as you can see, like super strong little enigmas. They do so much damage and are, you know, durable enough. You can just send them into the jungle and they'll kill stuff for you, and you don't even have to be there. You can go hang out somewhere else while you're farming the jungle, which is really nice. You can't do that at level 1, but at level 4 enigmas, they're good. They also, I should mention, they also make they make more of themselves after they attack a certain number of times. That's right. I couldn't remember if it was after they killed something or what, but yeah, so they like multiply as they attack, so they'll get even stronger. Oh, I left my enigmas behind. What am I doing? They're just sitting back there. Oh well. So I'm gonna make more. You can make enigmas out of your own creeps, by the way, which also denies the creep, which is handy. And use those for pushing if it's necessary. So I made some out of one of our creeps because the enigmas are much stronger than a creep. So I'm going to use those to do some damage to the tower and come back out. Black hole's back up, and that's why, you know, like some people would say, oh, you can't use the, I don't know why I soul ring there. I thought my enigmas were off cooldown. A lot of people are like, oh, you used black hole on one hero? What a waste. Well, the thing is, it was so early on that people aren't going to be grouped up anyway, and I didn't have a blink dagger or anything. So you want to just get a good spell like that on cooldown so you can use it again later. It was a guaranteed kill with the black hole, and I would not have had another opportunity to use it. So using it there was really good. It didn't waste the black hole. A little bit wasting those enigmas. But that's okay. I did some damage to the tower, and we're just getting ready to fight here, because I'm like, guys, I have black holes, so we can just keep on pushing. If they jump us, we will kill them all by trapping them in the black hole. So we're pushing this tower. Here comes Bounty Hunter. He walks under the sentry ward. Good times. Oh, I should mention really quick, after this team fight, I'll tell you what my Q does. There's a 4-man black hole and 0 follow-up! Everybody's just like, oh, what? Black hole! Dragonite ults after it's over. Oh man, I was really mad at my team there. We could have killed everybody, but my team didn't react to the black hole at all. So it was just a total waste. It was like a 4-man black hole, I think. So anyway, that team fight goes very south, and I'm probably typing at my teammates right now, like, guys, you have to attack the people in the black hole, and then you kill them. Then you win the fight. But anyway, so my Q that I've been leveling up, I haven't been using it much, so I haven't mentioned it. But it is a cool stun that, it's like mini stuns over and over again. You know, the stun, it goes up at level 4 to 1 stun at a time. And it does damage, and it does it 3 times. So you hit somebody with it, and it instantly, you know, does the stun and damages them. And then they walk for a little while, and then it goes again. So they walk for 2 seconds, get stunned for 1 second, walk for 2 seconds, get stunned for 1 second. Really good for stopping people from running away, or for, like, repeatedly interrupting the spell. Like, it's a huge counter to Nature's Prophet, because you can interrupt his teleport animation 3 times in a row while your team's killing him. It's good stuff. So now my team's ready to fight. Windranger picks up a double damage rune, but that's not going to matter too much for her. She's just going to get killed there. I've almost got my Blink Dagger. Very close. I just pick up one of those Visage Birds for another 100 gold. Visage Birds, very bad thing to feed. You want to be very careful with your Visage Birds, because again, 100 gold, that's a lot to just give to the enemy for free. So you gotta be careful not to let those guys die, as Visage did here. But he was running his hero away, so, you know, understandable, I guess. I'm gonna just take out this Centaur by myself. My team's like, push mid, push mid. I'm like, hang on, guys. I'm 100 gold away from my Blink Dagger. I'm not gonna just go and die right now. Because, you know, Blink Dagger is a lot of gold to save up early games, and if you die, it's devastating. I would probably lose like 800, 900 of my gold. There's a Blink Dagger, there's a Blade Mail, there's an Armlet. Lots of items just picked up in a short period of time there, but we're gonna pick up our Blink Dagger, and that's a big deal. If you don't know what a Blink Dagger does, it lets you teleport a short distance, just instantly, just like boop, you're there, and then you're at the other place, and that's a big deal. Especially, you know, it synergizes really well with this black hole, because you can just blink into the middle of a bunch of people, black hole them, they get all disabled and stuff, and then your team comes in and kills them all. So I rushed the Blink Dagger, and then I was like, hey, Dazzle, have you gotten... Because, oh yeah, I had a discussion with Dazzle earlier. I was like, hey, Dazzle, if I rush a Blink Dagger, can you go mech? And he was like, yeah. And then later on, he was like, I'm going to go Urn first. And I was like, all right, well, whatever. And then I got my Blink Dagger, and I was like, you still haven't got your Urn. So I'm going to go mech, too. Because mech, again, is a really good item on Enigma, and I can farm it much faster than a Dazzle can. So the fact that he hasn't even started it yet means that I should definitely pick it up. Mechanism, what is the aura on that? Bonus HP regen in an aura, so yeah, four bonus HP regen for all of my little Enigmas, which is nice. They can that means they can stay healthy in the jungle for a little bit longer, and I have to worry about them dying a little bit less. It's not going to work on them when I'm like separate from them, like I'm sending them to the jungle while I do something else, or send them down a lane. That's something I've been doing a lot, by the way, and it's really good micro practice. To just, I'll select all of the little Enigmas, and I'll A-click down the lane. I'll just like A-click right, you know, right, I can't draw on the map right now, but right by this this mid tower, I'll just A-click that, and they'll walk down the lane and attack anything on their way. So if they come to a creep wave, they'll attack the creep wave. If they come to a hero, they'll attack the hero, which is probably not ideal, because the hero will just kill them. But it means that you can do a little bit of micro and have some presence elsewhere on the map without having to worry about it. You know, you don't have to ever pay attention to those guys. Again, they have a pretty short duration, so they'll just disappear after a while. We're going in. I blink black hole. Fuck up. Don't get the Windrunner. And fucking Bristleback was in a shackle at the time, so really bad black hole by me. Very unfortunate. I was very sad about that, because I shouldn't have missed the Windrunner. She barely got out of that, and then Doom, of course, came in behind me. I couldn't really do anything at that point. I was just dead. Bristleback getting real fucking up in there. But that's kind of Bristleback's job. I don't remember if this was good in there or bad in there. He's getting chased down by a Visage. Oh, he just barely lives. Dazzle saves his life. Then Dazzle runs in and feeds. But good job Wraith King. Oh man, Bristleback comes back in. So ballsy, so manly. Running from the Pugna. I'm back up at this point, and I'm running myself back in to give him the Malefice and kill him. So good stuff. I've already got my headdress out of the mechanism. You guys should remember mechanism from the Lich game, but if you didn't see that, mechanism is an item. We looked at it earlier, but I didn't go over the rest of what it does. It also has an active that heals 250 HP to everybody around you, so it's a really good team fight item that supports usually pick up. Enigma is like, he's right between support and carry. You know, he's not really either. He can farm really well, so he can get a lot of useful support items really quickly, like mechanism. And after that, I'm pretty sure this game I just go straight for a Necro Book, which is super overpowered right now. Necrobooks are so fucked up, and they're very similar to the little Enigma dudes. The Necrobook just makes little dudes that run around and kill people, basically, or you know, push lanes, kill towers. So I can just, you know, make some Enigmas, make some Necrobooks, A-click down a lane, walk away, and that lane pushes like crazy, and I get a bunch of gold for it. So very handy. So coming back to the stacked camp finally, or did somebody else stack this? I thought at the time that this was the camp I stacked, but now that I think about it, I think I cleared that stacked camp. So this is just somebody else stacked, but I'm taking it. And I'm feeding all my little Enigmas, and I'm like, wait, no, run! Run, little guy! I really should have been taking this so the Enigmas could multiply themselves, but whatever. It's alright. I can kill these guys fairly easily. I'm going to level up my third skill, Midnight Pulse, which is less impressive than the rest of Enigma's abilities, but it's alright. It puts a circle on the ground, and it damages enemy units based on their max HP. So it does 4% of their HP per second when they stand in it. So it's really good if you want to stop people from walking somewhere, because it's taking 4% of your damage every or of your max health every second is pretty crazy. That's a lot of health, but the problem with it is it's really easy to just not stand in it. I think the idea when designing Enigma was that you would put down a Midnight Pulse first and then a Black Hole, but you don't really have time for that. If you blink in and try to do both, then you're probably going to, you know, get killed or stunned before you can get your Black Hole off, which is an issue. But yeah, it's a handy spell, and it also, if you get Aghanims on Enigma, then it just straight up adds the damage that would be done by Midnight Pulse to the Black Hole damage, which is nice. I'm like, guys, my Black Hole just came off cooldown, let's go. And then everybody else runs. I'm like, well, alright, if Wraith King is fucking running, then Enigma is running. There's not a lot I can do here. Wraith King, by the way, new skin of Skeleton King, if you missed that. I did a Skeleton King video recently. Same exact hero here. Except they took out his active E, which is annoying, because I really liked that. So we've almost got mech. I'm just going to go back to the jungle and farm, basically. It's kind of Enigma's whole thing. If you're idle, you don't know what to do, go back to the jungle and farm. Because he's really fucking good at it. He can jungle incredibly quickly and get a lot of money. And then I'm just going to send my Eidolons in here to help push down this creep wave as well. And I'm going to attack this Doom. I'm going to get doomed. I'm going to run away. And Dazzle, I don't know what the fuck Dazzle is doing here. I'm running. I don't even notice that Dazzle is going in. But meanwhile, Dazzle is just fucking sitting there and fighting Doom. I'm like, I can't help, I'm Doom. Doom, by the way, if you don't know, mutes all of your abilities. You're permanently silenced while it's up, and it's a long silence, a really long silence, and it does a ton of damage per second to you. And you also, I think it stops you from using items as well, which is pretty fucked up. So when you get doomed, you pretty much have to run, especially if you're an Enigma. And Dazzle just sat there and fought him. It's like, Dazzle, buddy, you're a support. You can't really fight a Doom at this point in the game. So weird decision on his part. But we've got our mechanism, and again, we're gonna start rushing straight for a Necro Book for some more super push. And it's also nice, the Necro Book at level 3. You can see you buy the Necronomicon, you buy the recipe 3 times, once each to level it up. And level 3 Necrobook creeps actually have True Sight, which is good against Bounty Hunter, and I can use them to push, which is pretty much what I've been doing this game. You know, I've had a lot of times where I jump in Black Hole and then nothing. So at this point I'm pretty fed up with like trying to make my Black Hole better. I'm just, okay, I can win this game by pushing the shit out of them while my team farms, so I'm going to do that. Situationally, you might also want to get a BKB on Enigma so that you can't get stunned out of your ulti. you know, if you're in a fight or in a game where there's a lot of team fight, that's definitely superior to a necrobook. You want to get that first, so that you can you know, keep your ulti going, because it's nothing is worse than going in, doing a sick black hole and then getting stunned immediately. So you can hit your BKB first. BKB, by the way, gives you magic immunity. If you didn't know that, makes it impossible for you to get stunned by most sources. There are some ultis and the Abyssal Blade that can stun you while you're BKB'd, but such things are rare and usually have a really high cooldown, so they can like trade that cooldown for your black hole cooldown. But I'm just gonna keep on keeping on here. Here we go. We're team fighting. I'm like, I got black hole, guys. Let's do it, and then I die. It's shitty because like I got pretty much everybody in that black hole, but like Visage, the moment before I black holed, got a nuke off on me, and that killed me like right after the black hole went off, which was really shitty. So this fight goes very poorly as a result. Bad black holes by me this game. Not the best so far anyway. But that's okay. That's not really, you know, that's only one of the things that Enigma is about. He can also do a lot of other things. But it's also shitty because I couldn't get my fucking mech off because I died. I should have meched before I black holed, but I was too focused on the fact that there were all those enemy heroes grouped up, really was my problem there. Is Bounty Hunter gonna die here? He can't go invis? Well, I'm alive, so I'm gonna come in and try to help, but nah, Bounty Hunter escapes just fine. He runs away, invis. Here comes Pugna. So I blink in to Malefice him, and Bounty Hunter was like, can I come in and help with this? Ah, no, that's a bad idea. And runs away. He was invis, so we couldn't see him. I'm just gonna keep jungling. Some casual racism by the Pugna. He's really not happy with me, which is understandable. I feel like I was playing really well this game. I did a lot of good things as Enigma. I was proud of myself because the last couple times I played Enigma, I was not very good at micro. But, you know, despite that, I would say that Enigma is probably the best hero to learn micro and jungling with. Like, if you feel like the jungle, and especially microing in the jungle, is just this terrifying thing. We're gonna get this Doom, by the way. Come on, we're gonna get the Doom. Oh, I couldn't get my fucking Malefice off on him because like he kept on going out of vision. It was really frustrating. But I did eventually get it, and Bristleback dove in for some reason. It was a bad idea, though. I backed off because I was gonna fucking die. Bristleback goes in there, gets killed, and blames it on me. You can't see it, it's in team chat, but he's like yelling at me about that. Like, that situation is somehow my fault, which is really silly. But that's okay. Bristleback, you know. Yeah, fucking Enigma. There he goes. He did it in all chat. And the enemy team... Oh, I remember this now. The enemy team is like, dude, you diving the base. Yeah. Blocked me walking up the stairs toward Doom. Okay. Yeah, you definitely would have caught him if I didn't Malefice him. Yeah, nah, it must be Enigma's fault. You went 2v1 into our base and died. Yeah, so enemy team agrees with me anyway. But I'm just going to send my Enigmas to push that lane while I come over this way and do some more jungle killing. And just getting money as fast as I can, basically, so I can pick up my Necrobook.
Radiant's bottom tower
This Necrobook is pretty much a game ender in a game like this, where we're just like splitting up and pushing down their lanes. Necrobook lets you do it so much faster, so it's really powerful. Necrobooks can kill a tower really fast. And this is Enigma, really. You know, it sounds scary to play Enigma before you actually do it, because, you know, it's like you gotta micro all the little dudes, you gotta spend a lot of time in the jungle, but once you're doing it, it's actually really easy. Like, you go into the jungle and kill things, you send your Eidolons on lanes to kill things, you can go into the lane with them if you want. I'm going to do that here. But if you feel like a lane is dangerous, you can still push it with Eidolons and just walk your hero away, which is a big advantage, you know, being able to push a lane without even being there yourself, because they can't gank you and they still have to respond to it. They still have to stop those Enigmas from eventually pushing down a tower. So, good stuff. Good hero. Just jungling a little bit more. Make some more little dudes. Bristleback's gonna come in and steal it. That's fine. He's a carry. I'm not. Though I would really like to get my Necro book up as soon as possible. And we're basically just playing the farming game because our team is so much more farm heavy than theirs. Like, we have a really greedy all random lineup. We've got Wraith King, Dragon Knight, and Bristleback, all very farm dependent heroes. So, you know, just holding the game off, making sure they can't push our lanes or take our towers is a win for us, because meanwhile everybody's farming and having a good time. Meanwhile, all they really have for like late game is Doombringer. Everybody else is kind of mid-game or early-game focused. So we've got this Doom coming through here. He's invis. And I think at this point I'm like, Dazzle, please buy sentries, please. Because I would buy sentries, but again, it's much more valuable for me to get this Necro book up as quickly as possible so we can start pushing and winning. But I don't know if Dazzle ever does actually pick up sentries, which is unfortunate. I probably should have just gotten to myself at that point, but you know, technically speaking, it is Dazzle's job, not mine. But also, technically speaking, I'm the next in line and he's not doing it, so you know. So basically, I'm just microing my Enigmas to send them in. I get vision of some birds that are waiting there, and I really wanted to kill them. And I was like, oh wait, there's a bunch of heroes there. Ugh. And I'm like, okay, I got black hole, guys. Let's fucking do it. There we go. There's a two-man black hole. I meant to get the Visage in there as well, but just not the greatest. Not the greatest black holes this game. But that one was perfectly serviceable. We got 2 pickoffs out of it, and we're going after the Visage, because now we're 5-on-3, so the enemies are gonna have a lot of trouble actually doing anything about this. I tried to fucking get that get Malefice on that guy, but he was just barely out of range that whole time. And then I turned around to get Pugna. Bristleback was yelling at me for blocking him again, even though again he would not have caught that guy if I hadn't been there to Malefice him. Even though I couldn't, like that was the only way to catch him. I was just making sure it was Malefice and not Maledict. I always get those skills mixed up. Witch Doctor has Maledict. But anyway, there is almost my Necro book. I picked up the first recipe. Now I've just got to get the Belt of Strength and I'll have it. And, you know, even level 1 Necro book is quite good for pushing, but you really want to level it up to level 3. I'm going to send my Enigmas down the lane. Pretty standard at this point. Just have the Enigmas push lanes for me while I run away like a scared little girl, because I do not want to, you know, get attacked by people. You know, there's a Dragonite, or sorry, Dragonite's friendly, but there's like the enemy Ancients up here. There's enemy jungle over here. They can just come in on me if I was there. There's Wind Ranger, for example. But there's my Necro book. So now I'm going to start pushing with that. I think I probably just use it here. Nah, like, Bristleback's pushing so fast. There's no point, but I will make some little Enigmas. Necro book has a pretty substantial cooldown, 80 seconds, so you don't want to use it just willy-nilly, but, you know, to push a lane, it's all good, all useful. Accidentally left my Enigmas behind, but there they come. And onward down the lane, and now I decide it's Necro book time. Meanwhile, Wraith King taking Roche. So I'm just sending my Necro books down the lane, and I'm getting a little bit greedy here. I'm going to grab another set of Enigmites, but luckily they don't punish that at all. And then that whole group is just going to push that tower down. They're doing major damage to that tower. Let's go ahead and free camera for a second. Yeah, see, that tower got so low from my little dudes, and oh, just barely the deny from Pugna. That was really close to me getting that tower last hit, but that's okay. We still got a tower down, which is a big deal. We have, again, the stronger late game team. They have a very strong early game team, so the fact that we're now ahead on towers is a big deal. You know, it kind of displays the fact that you know, we're starting to win this game. I'm gonna mech and run away, and then wait a minute, the fight's turning around. I should definitely come back in. Look at this fuck! Look, oh no! That guy's scared me and killed me, but you know, he killed himself in the line of duty. So, you know, trading a bounty hunter for an Enigma is really good, but at that point the bounty hunter just has to take what he can get. He's having a bad game. Dragon Knight's doing a ton of damage, pushing down towers and shit. I've got my Enigmas and I'm just killing people with them. So good. Got a double kill while I was dead. And there is another recipe for me, a level 2 Necro Book that's going to let us push even faster. The Necro Creeps get really strong. Like, later on they have like 200 damage or so between the two of them. And or the Necronomicon level 2, that is, has 200 damage between them. Level 3 has like 400 damage between them, I think. Plus they mana burn on hit, so if you're attacking a hero with it, they lose a lot of mana and even more HP. So they're very, very, very strong units. I can't stress enough how overpowered Necronomicon is in this current build of Dota. It's ridiculous. They didn't change Necronomicon itself very much. All they did was make it so that some counters go away. Like, you can't Midas them, and you can't... Oh man, what was the other thing? There's one other thing you could do that really fucked up Necrobook. Oh, you can't Helm of the Dominator them. Like, you used to be able, if you had a Helm of the Dominator, or like an Enchantress or a Chen, or I don't know about a Chen, but an Enchantress for sure, you could take control of somebody else's Necro Creep, which is a big deal, because then suddenly you've just given the enemy a really strong unit. But, you know, at this point, they don't have counters like that, so you can just... You know, you can just spam your Necro Creeps and they do really well. I'm going to back my guys off a little bit and then select them all and have them go forward. By the way, it's disappointing to me that you guys can't see exactly my mouse movements here, because what I'm doing when I'm selecting the creeps is I just click and drag, and that makes a box around them, and that's literally like all I'm doing to micro here is just click, drag, click. And that makes them do what I want. It's really easy. And if your hero accidentally gets selected with them, or, you know, you can on purpose do it too. You can like click, drag, select everything, A-click, and then immediately select your own hero. There's a button for that, and you should all have that bound to something really easy to find, by the way. Like, mine is 1. So I just like click, drag, A-click, then press 1, and then I'm in control of my hero again, and I can stop him from walking with the Enigmites. And that's just something you get muscle memory for very quickly. It's a very easy thing to do. So that's how micro works, really. It's not like, when I was new, I considered micro to be some kind of like arcane magic that I didn't really understand. But it's actually, you know, once you get into it, especially with something that you don't have to worry about feeding, like Enigma creeps, you know, it's pretty easy. Just gonna make some more Enigma creeps. Should be busting out the Necro creeps, but I'm too busy trying to get a sick black hole. But it's not gonna work. There's Doom. I'm gonna bust out the Necro creeps any second now. I know I did. Any second. Oh no, here comes Bounty Hunter again. He wants it. He wants it. I'm gonna mech. Good luck, motherfucker. He's gonna feed again? Probably feed, yeah. Yeah, he's dead. And here come the Necro creeps. They're on the tower. And that is a ton of tower damage. Look how quickly that tower is dying as I come over here and get a sick black hole. And for once, my team responds to it. Good stuff. I'm on a killing spree. Tower's dead to my shit. We're attacking the racks. We're attacking the other racks. And that is an over game. That's a fun game. I really enjoy Enigma a lot. I was very happy to have randomed him. I'm a lot better at him now, because like in a recent all-random game, I randomed Chen, which is one of the hardest heroes in the entire game, because he has to control an army of jungle creeps at all times. And after that, I feel like any other micro hero is just like, oh, this isn't so bad. With the exception of Meepo, of course. I'm not going to be playing any Meepo anytime soon, who is the hardest micro hero in the game. But Chen is pretty intense compared to Enigma. Enigma's really easy. Just the tip, baby. I love EU. Says Pugna. Well done, Pugna. We got a Radiance up on Bristleback. Things are looking really bad for the enemy team. We just took all 3 of their racks all at once. My level 3 Necrobook is going to be up pretty soon. And level 3 Necrobook, again, very, very, very powerful little dudes. You get a melee and an archer if you hadn't seen that before. And they also both have True Sight. Or at least the melee dude ones. I'm not sure if they both have True Sight. Let's find out. Your camera. Mana burn, attack speed and movement aura. This guy has true sight. The melee has true sight. The range does not. But that's okay. Because the melee guy is the one that stays alive for a long time. I should explain these guys a little bit better. They've both got mana burn. They take away mana from any target that has mana and deal it as damage. Last Will is really strong on the warrior. That makes it so that if you kill the little dude, then you take 400, 500, or 600 magic damage, or pure damage, excuse me, which is ridiculous. It's a ton of damage, and then shit. The archer has a lot more mana burn than the melee guy, and he also has the movement and attack speed aura for all of your friendly units, which is very nice. You know, it's good support for your team. And, you know, synergizes well with anybody else who has a micro unit, like my Enigmas get that and everything, and they just do a ton of damage. They're good. You should get a Necro book, basically, is the moral of this story. But anyway, that is the end of this Enigma tutorial. You know, this is a pretty good item build. Again, you might want to get a BKB instead. Beyond that, this is pretty much what you want. If you finish all of that shit, like a BKB in addition to everything I have here, you might want to get like a sheep stick would be good, something like that. At that point, you're as stacked as you're gonna get, and you just want to get things that are gonna help you take down the enemy team. Sheep stick is nice because you can like turn a carry into a little pig for a little while, which is nice. But anyway, hopefully this cleared up how micro heroes work to you guys a little bit, how jungle heroes work a little bit. I found it very helpful when I was new to watch. Oh, there goes the game. To watch, you know, how micro and jungling are done. You know, watching other people do them in streams and stuff. So hopefully that helped you guys out as well, to make it a little bit less mystifying, a little bit less of, you know, something that you just assume is really, really, really hard and you don't really get it. Because it's really handy, and I recommend actually trying out Enigma if you've played enough of the game to play like Lich and the CM and so forth. Well, then you might want to try out Enigma and get used to the jungle and the micro, because he's a really good introduction to both of those things. I consider him a pretty good, you know, not beginner hero, but intermediate hero for sure. You know, kind of on the same level as maybe a Leshrac. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.